G'day, my name is Uwe Schanz. Born to German immigrants who came over here in the early 50s. My father worked at the local car factory, Holden's, and as a young man I worked there, but I left home at a very young age. I ended up with foster parents at the age of 15, and they were strict Pentecostals. And during that time there we built a church, as a volunteer, and I injured my back. Had a back operation, and at that time I became very angry with God, although I still loved Him, still had my faith. I blamed the church, and for a lot of years, I think about 10 years before I came back to serving the Lord again, but for a 10-year period there roaming around the country aimlessly, not knowing what to do with my life and where it was going and not being able to work. Well, I was homeless for 23 years and I think one of the most difficult things is during the winter finding a place out of the rain. You can't really sleep in the same place all the time. Throughout the 23 years, every now and then, like Easter and Christmas, I would go to church services, but never really belonged anywhere, and I roamed around Australia. Yeah, and then eventually I come across to the Salvation Army, to duos, to do unto others, and met up with some of the YWAM missionaries there, and it was really good to have somewhere to go, just to spend Saturday night in a safe place where there was no discrimination, and we were treated like human beings. We had a meal where we were, it's like restaurant food. I mean, they waited on you, you sat there, you didn't have to do dishes or anything, and everything was done for you. And just to have that as a homeless man, it makes you feel human again, and I became friends with a lot of the missionaries. In particular, I became very close to Isabel and Andre, and because they were missionaries and they still had a life, the young married couples or single, and there was a few older ones there, and it was just really made me feel like I belonged somewhere. I was destined to die on the streets. I was convinced that after 23 years of aimlessly roaming the country that I would never have a home that I could call my own. They inspired me to get off drugs and alcohol, and inspired me to start my life all over again, because I was so dedicated to their Christian walk. These guys really, I mean, in the last few years we've lost a couple of people through alcohol or drugs or something like that, and I remember the times that they spent hours and hours just talking to these people and counselling them, and without these people doing the work that they do as volunteers, then we'd have nowhere to go. We'd have no one to talk to. I'm filled with joy because God's just blessed me, and I remember praying a week ago one morning, just thanking Him for this place, and my relationship with the Lord at the moment is so much stronger. I still see my homeless friends, but I have a place now, and when I see them and it's raining or it's cold and it's the middle of winter, and I ask them how they're going, and it's just so great to have a spare room with a bed and a couch. I had two guys staying here for 3 weeks. I had a guy here staying for a few days, and it was just, I was so happy that I could help them. I think they're really encouraged by me, because they knew me as someone who was a heavy drinker and drug taker, and now I have my own place, and they're just encouraged, as the missionaries from YWAM encouraged me. Then now I hope that I am encouraging other homeless people to find their own home. Here I am. I've got myself a place that I call home sweet home. I think it's wonderful that I have Christian brothers and sisters in Germany who are praying for me and who have been praying for me since 2012. And your prayers have been answered. Zu alle meine Brüder und Schwestern in Deutschland, vielen Dank. Und der liebe Gott ist sehr gut. Und das genug.